never title, because I'd like to give you a chance to figure it out by yourselves. What I'm going to do is provide you series of facts about it, and I hope I find the answer before I run out of them. So, are you ready? So let me start. What is this? 77% of the people in the United States think they have it or feel it. Most people who think it has been discovered or spotlighted in modern age. But actually we can find its oldest record in 8th century BCE. Usually, man is known to have less ability to handle this than women. And top 3 cities in the US regarding to this is Chicago, LA, and New York. I think it's been taught, so it's going to be even easier. It is known that it is related to hair loss, not gray hair. It is also known to make acne worse and lower fertility.
Stress.
Right. Oh, you're great. You're great. You're very good. It's much faster than I expected. But for the information, I'd like to give information I prepared. Here are more serious health issues. It is also known that it changes our blood sugar level and weaken our immune systems. And it is considered to be linked to 6 leading causes of death: heart disease, cancer, lung ailments, accidents, liver cirrhosis, and suicide. So, good. And now you may want to recall the facts I provided and find that some of them are interesting and some of them are reasonable. So today's topic is stress. Even if you haven't heard any of the facts I provided, I think all of you probably have thought that stress is not good for your health. Let me explain one of them in detail. Doctors think that stress can be a major factor of heart attack. How it works? When we feel stress, the typical physical symptoms are like these. We breathe faster, sometimes sweat, and our hearts are pounding with blood vessel contracting. These are absolutely not harsh conditions for the heart. And if our body exposed to these conditions, it can easily end up with cardiovascular diseases. I mentioned that 77% of people think they felt stress. Let me ask you directly, can anyone say that I never felt stress for the last couple of years? I guess not. Today we don't have it, but Louis, the safety inspector, probably he would feel stress whenever someone violates the safety regulation at work. Andrew, he would be stressed out if a customer screws up the home buying process. Nobody can run away from stress. So, if we cannot run away from stress, what can we do? So far, psychologists have recommended many ways to remove or reduce stress, but I doubt that any of them have worked nicely. But today, I'd like to introduce a new approach to stress. Here is a recent experiment brought up the idea. There are 2 groups. Both of them experienced same kind of stress. The only difference is that one group got the stress without any explanation, as it is, and the other group had been educated that their physical response to the stress is not bad at all, but actually good for them. The heart pounding is actually the preparation of our body for the stress, and the fast breath is for the oxygen supply. The result is quite interesting. Both of them show the same physical response to the stress, fast breath and pounding hearts. But only the group who knew that their physical response to stress is good for them didn't experience any blood vessel contraction. Their blood vessel stayed just as relaxed. Scientists soon realized that their response to this is actually that of joy or courage. So nowadays, many psychologists agree that we need to change our mind and approach to stress. If the stress is not avoidable, then we had better find a way to overcome or manipulate, rather than try to shun or destroy. Some people like to use the expression that we had better change bad stress to good stress. So okay, we can understand that stress may not be the evil, but how we can change bad stress to good stress? Here are 3 advices from the experts. First, we need to figure out how much of stress we can handle. If the stress is beyond our capacity of our body, our efforts, we can expect a positive effect even if our mind is changing. Let me give an example. If a single mom with 3 children and also a CEO of a big company try to work perfectly both at home and work, she would be collapsed from stress before long. What she needs to do first is that either division of labor, like hiring a nanny to take care of kids and focus on work, or moving to a less demanding position to alleviate her burden at company. Once the total amount of stress is manageable, our effort to change it from bad stress to good stress will start to work. And second, it's not just old phrases from writers and speakers. Psychologists found out from many cases that people can overcome stress better when they find meaning in what they are doing. But 2011 research found out that even workers doing intense and high-stakes jobs, such as air traffic controllers or intensive care nurses, thrive under heavy stresses if they are optimistic for the future and find their work meaningful. And the last, this is another one we may think we have already known, but many times overlooked. I'm wondering how often you ever try to share your stress with family members or colleagues, or try to help other members of your community under stress. Psychologists tracked people who were suffered from severe stress and tried to find how many of them survived after 5 years. One of the discoveries was that people tried to spend their time to taking care of other people didn't have any increased chance of dying from stress. 0. I think it was quite impressive discovery. And second one, find the meaning in work. What we have heard from wise men over and over again was verified by science. So in conclusion, stress is not always a bad thing. Instead, it can press us to confront challenges and improve ourselves. What we need is understand how it works and use proper strategies to overcome our stress. I'd like to finish my talk with one famous quote. The only people with no stress are dead.